In Parashat Shemini, we experience the disaster that befalls Aaron's family, the death of two of his sons, Nadav and Abihu, because they brought Esh Zara, alien fire, or, as the Bible scholar Rabbi Jacob Milgram translates, unauthorized fire. Every year, I imagine the intensity of this first sacrificial ceremony gone devastatingly out of control. I imagine the religious high everyone, and especially the priests, must have been on, the frenetic, unhinged emotions that abounded, the awe of fear permeating the scene and the minds. We are now worshiping God in God's dwelling place. Our priests are being initiated. Nadav and Abihu, the two young priests, maybe overcome with piety and hubris at the same time, can't keep it together. Maybe they were intoxicated, for sure with emotions, maybe with wine. They bring an offering that is not asked for, and they pay with their lives. Listen to the lines describing the setting just minutes before the death of Nadav and Abihu. Vayikra 9:23-24. And Moses and Aaron with him came into the tent of meeting, and they came out and blessed the people, and the glory of the Lord appeared to all the people. And the fire came out from before the Lord, and consumed on the altar the burnt offering and the fat, and all the people saw and shouted with joy, and fell on their faces. Vayikra 10, the first two verses. And the sons of Aaron, Nadav and Abihu, took each of them his fire pan, and put fire in it, and placed incense upon it, and brought forward alien fire before the Lord, which he had not charged them. And fire came out from before the Lord, and consumed them, and they died before the Lord. It is exactly the same wording. It is fire for fire, esh tachat esh, as it were. What are we supposed to learn from this? Aaron's silence gives an answer. It is difficult to find an answer. It is difficult to make this meaningful in a positive way. And yet it is there, and we ask, how can we understand this today? What is unauthorized fire? I'm in my first year of rabbinical school, and we have been hearing and talking a lot about kevanah and keva, intention and fixed duty. I personally still struggle with fixed prayer routine, and I also struggle with sometimes overflowing display of intentions. Granted, the rabbis and the codes insist that we need to have intention, that we need to direct our hearts, our thoughts to the matter, and to not go through prayer as robots. And yet I keep wondering, is there a case for keva? It has become the default to praise kevanah, to try to make everything as meaningful, and that often means as entertaining as possible. And there's nothing wrong about entertainment. Yet sometimes it results in the display of egos. Look how devoted I am, how much I engage in prayer. I ask myself, might there be a point when keva becomes the actual kevanah? More modest, boring maybe, but maybe more down-to-earth honest, maybe even humble? I'm not saying that worshippers with too much kevanah should be punished by God in any way. I'm not saying that worshippers shouldn't try to bring in their own takes and even turn formerly unauthorized fire into authorized fire. We should have the authority to do that. And yet, I have these questions on my mind. Where are the boundaries? How do we prove that our intentions are really directed at prayer? Might too much outward kevanah not gloss over the lack of intention? Is there a limit for when prayer becomes meaningless in its attempt to be meaningful? Shabbat Shalom.